Hi everyone, so we're on to part 3 of why giraffe has a long neck. Now yesterday we stopped at this part here. We're on this picture where giraffe has got her head, she squeezed her head into the tree trunk. What we're going to find out and write about is what happened next. So we're looking at this picture here and this picture here today. All right, so we'll start off here. I'm going to explain that giraffe she had her head stuck in the hole and that she began to gobble up and devour, not just eat, devour, what a powerful word, devour all the delicious honey that she could see in the tree, and that she ate and ate until her stomach could take no more. All right, so I'm going to describe that for the reader. Giraffe looked around inside the deep dark hole, I'm going to say, inside the deep dark, and you may have noticed here I've used 2 adjectives, so I'm going to put a comma in between them because it's a list. Giraffe looked around inside the deep dark hole. I'm going to explain that she felt delighted because there was so much delicious honey. So I'm going to write, she felt delighted because there was so much delicious honey. Okay, so let's have a read back. Giraffe looked around inside the deep dark hole. She felt delighted because there was so much delicious honey. Okay, I have to tell the reader that she ate and ate and ate until her stomach could take no more. She ate and ate, and I'm going to use that special word that I used earlier, devoured, and devoured so much honey. Then to explain, her tummy felt like it was going to burst. But I'm not going to use the word tummy, I'm going to use the word stomach. Her stomach felt like it was going to burst. Let's read that back. Giraffe looked around inside the deep dark hole. She felt delighted because there was so much delicious honey. She ate and devoured so much honey, her stomach felt like it was going to burst. Now, let's go on to the next picture. You can see in the next picture, Giraffe has realised that she is stuck, and all the animals from Tinga Tinga are coming to rescue her. They're trying to pull her out, and at the same time, it's stretching all parts of her body. Now, there's a lot to write there, so I think I'm going to have to start a new page. Okay. So we got to the bit where Giraffe felt like her stomach was going to burst. So, let's continue. Suddenly, let's begin with an adverb. Suddenly, Giraffe tried to pull her head out of the hole. That's what's going to happen. Tried to take her head out of the hole. Let's put a full stop there. And then I'm going to, instead of using the word but, I'm going to use the word however, because she's realised something. However, she realised, and what did she realise? She realised that her head was stuck. However, she realised that her head was stuck. And because that's shocking, we need an exclamation mark. Suddenly, Giraffe tried to take her head out of the hole. However, she realised that her head was stuck. I'm going to explain that she felt terrible. She felt really scared, right? Because you would feel really scared if your head was stuck in a hole. She was terrified. And again, because she's terrified, I have to put an exclamation mark. And then I'm going to use this adverb, immediately, which means straight away. And after my adverb, I'm putting a comma. Immediately, she began to shout, not call, shout for help. And I'll need another exclamation mark because this is very shocking. Immediately, she began to shout for help. Luckily, all the animals from Tinga Tinga came. So I'm going to say, all the animals from Tinga Tinga raced. They didn't just come, they raced to help their friend. Okay, so they didn't just come to help her, their friend's in trouble, so they've raced to help her. Suddenly, Giraffe tried to take her head out of the hole. However, she realised that her head was stuck. She was terrified. Immediately, she began to shout for help. All the animals from Tinga Tinga raced to help their friend. I'm going to have to explain. They pulled and pulled. They pulled and pulled. Now, they're beginning to realise something, that as they're pulling, Giraffe's legs are beginning to stretch too. They pulled and pulled. As they kept pulling, Giraffe's legs and neck began to get longer and longer. Okay, so there we have it. Suddenly, Giraffe tried to take her head out of the hole. However, she realised that her head was stuck. She was terrified. Immediately, she began to shout for help. All the animals from Tinga Tinga raced to help their friend. They pulled and pulled. As they kept pulling, Giraffe's legs and neck began to get longer and longer. So we've got 2 pictures to write about. This one, where we explain that Giraffe looked inside the deep dark hole, she ate all the honey, and she felt like she ate so much honey that her stomach was going to burst. And then after that, she realised that she couldn't take her head out of the hole and realised that she was stuck. She was terrified. We've got to explain that to the reader. She called for help. All the animals from Tinga Tinga came to race and rescue their friend. And as they pulled, her legs and neck began to get longer and longer. Okay, those are the 2 parts of the story that I'd like you to write today. Have a go at it. You're doing a brilliant job. All right, keep up with it. And I can't wait to see today's work, and then we'll finish the rest of the story tomorrow. See you later.